Yeah, I think you're right. I'm just thinking about that and reflecting on that sentence more. And I really do think Kixan as an in-game leader scapegoated a lot. And then obviously it doesn't help when Carrigan comes in and just wins a major with the team. He is a very good in-game leader. I think the biggest thing for Kixan is environment and culture. And I really do think that Ash can bring the best out of all of these players. We'll have to see. Obviously, there is going to be a honeymoon period. There also are going to be teething issues. Do not expect the perfect game out the gate immediately for Aurora. But this is their first with their brand new Luluk roster. Mirage is where we find ourselves. They're on the defense, K27 on the offense, and we know how aggressive they are and how much they love to attack B on these pistols.
Quink's going to sit close by towards kitchen. X5 lurks through unders, and they move towards top middle. When there's no contact from Jimfat early, the extra pieces rotate off B, so they were preparing for a B hit. And they're going to need to rotate back, because it does feel like this split is coming through. Jimfat gets the contact on one, falls down, and finds the headshot on Cashlid. Then Wicadia steps through onto Zido, dealing well with these progressing pieces, keeping them at bay. Jimfat looks for the double. Quinky stuck, getting peppered down. Xantara steps in, and they are being dispatched off with ease. Quinky finally finds that first frag for K27. Next 5, your flank, I'm afraid, is being held for. Although, catches a little timing, now spotted. And he has to fall back as 3 eyes swivel to look at him. Good pick on the Walczaki. Kixan replies in kind. Quinky in the 1v3 doesn't feel possible. Although, quick first kill. 6 HP, and they're gonna layer up. Making it difficult for him. 20 seconds. Xantares gets the job done. So they do hold B. Some nice shots come out. X5 makes it interesting. But it is Aurora's pistol.
I love the way that Yimfat's played that immediately. Like round 1, and Jimmy has taken contact, jumped out, fought with his teammate in towards short, then repositioned again while still gathering information. And then that allows Xantares to walk over and have all this room with him and Walczaki. Fantastic round already out of Aurora. And I know it's just a pistol, but the fact that you've got Jimmy's survivability already shown or on display, it just emphasizes how much of a good anchor he is. These little tricks of the trade already.
You've kind of hyped up the aimers on the K27 side, right? That conversation about the quote-unquote 3 young dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Xantares and Wicadia on the other side. You know, like, Xantares, he was the donk before donk.
Exactly. It's like that. You know, like, old people were just like, yeah, well, back in my day, we had this player, and, oh, you just don't understand. God, he was so good. Donk could never. That's how boomers talk about Xantares.
The Turkish Terminator himself.
Counter-terrorists win.
Clax wastes nobody's time.
Respect. He needs to get Ash an Aurora hat, so he's dripped out from head to toe. So it's a nice conversation for him as well, right? Because he obviously left Gamer Legion, was on the sidelines for quite a long time. And so it's really good to see him back. Thank you to Lorgar as well for providing the PCs for the tournament. Yeah, it's good to see him back. And based on his recent YouTube video, it sounds like he's doing a lot better as well. Obviously suffering from burnout, then coming back. So we wish him all the best here, and excited to see what he can do with this team. Because it is a step up when it comes to expectation, I will say, in a coaching role now. Going from Gamer Legion to Aurora.
You're no longer the upstarts. You are the favorites. We got spotted. It's a slow approach from K27 in this round. 5 is being hammered with Util. He's not had a good start to it. K27 looking like they want to go back towards B for a finish here. Katie's going to get active into the apartments. Jimbat going to be taking contact from Van, the spam, trying to sell out Katie's position. Through this jump peeking as well. Flash for the peek, but now Katie goes searching. 35 seconds, wants information as to whether someone's here. And he'll get that and then some. A double kill and confirmation of the bomb. So now the rotation starts to move over. Jimfat is here and beats out Cashlid. X5 low, a difficult duel for him, especially now supports here. Zito's not even giving this round a look in. There's a chance. Denied immediately. Zito caught from behind. Insane kill under Kixan. Unfortunately for him, the time's just not there to get that 1v2 going.
Yeah, Zito, bro, he just gave up. Like, he got X5 with 20 HP, fighting for his life on B. And then Zito's like, oh, if you get a kill, then maybe I'll come in. Maybe I'll move over. Not to be the case. Very simple round in nature for Aurora. Obviously, Wacadia does phenomenally with this double kill, but before that, it's just waiting patiently, dropping all the utility, letting K27 just make their own mistakes and waste down the clock. Really efficient round out of Aurora, great fundamentals, using all their utility to maybe get more utility out of K27. It works brilliantly. Now Zito just wants to accelerate. Caught by Wacadia. Yet again, this round starts poorly for K27.
Yeah, this is just trying to get that AK activated. And the rest are just the pistols hunting. I think a difficulty here for K27 is going to be if you try and play the default. Ooh, okay, nice shot. And another. So we'll hold on that thought for a moment as the deagles have sung out. Kixan's still tucked in here. Threat comes in, a flashbang to enable this peek. Doesn't see a thing. But now noted, they're going to come looking for Kixan, but he decides to take the fight to them. And, oh, brilliant. All three picked up. Returning to the idea. Yeah, I do have some concerns about just running a slow default against a team where they're just going to be playing their positions and are just going to be winning their duels a lot of the time. That could be concerning if you're just going to be walking into players like Xantares and Wacadia.
I think that is honestly the best thing Aurora can do as well. Just sitting back and let K27 come into them, because the biggest compliment for K27 is their aim. So you don't really need to go super aggressive. You don't need to have these sort of top mid setups. If you're Aurora, you can just wait. The extremity play, though, that is something they can definitely look into. Cashlid finds the opener. Wacadia trades immediately. 7-2 is Wacadia. We just saw the graphic on screen that he's got 3 opening kills. And X5 is taking a crazy time in. Jimmy's waiting. Walczaki on short. The bomb is all the way over at this A bomb site. What does this look like for X5? Is he going to clear this corner? Because you know that Jimmy's going to be ready.
I've seen Aurora adopt so many aggressive app setups. I think this is every single round. Without fail, someone has been aggressive in apartments. It's interesting conditioning. Means X5 should have some awareness of the possibility, especially with that smoke so deep. Like, that smoke being there at that timing does feel like it's setting up something along these lines, but he will fall foul. This has got to be the go signal, but the counter utility dropped. Wacadia and Xantares to deal with. Wacadia falls back towards default. Utility to set him up. Xantares takes the initial contact, goes down without a kill, and so does Wacadia. So the frags come in, the player advantage, K27, can they get across? Jimfat tries to deny, but the nades bring him low. Lucky to be standing. Bomb goes down.
That's just a case of individual fights, because I think Aurora had a complete idea of what was going on there. I like the idea for Wacadia to slide out to try and get the pick on the player at Sandwich. Then Tares just gets caught on the Palace duel. That's even after finding the opening kill, so to say, because there was a 1-for-1 trade early. That's a tough one to swallow for Aurora, but that one comes down just to losing the gunfights. And that is when you give K27 exactly what you want, 1v1s, because every kill after Jimmy's find on X5 was 1v1s. Extended fighting towards Palace, wide swing on towards Zedo. They'll eat that up every single day of the week.
Yeah, I think it works really well there for K27 just because of how explosive it is, right? It's not like it's one player swinging out looking for the fight. It's the whole squad that's remaining looking for those duels on Mirage, on B site at the same time. A site, sorry, on the same time. And doing a good job of finding them. Oh, HOTU off to a hot start versus Astralis.
Damn.
6-0 up. I told you that one would be scary for Astralis.
HOTU are just the goats. K27 looking to press the issue in towards A. 3 defenders are here. One of them is the AWP as well. Zantares in close proximity. Walczaki. Oh, in fact, it should be Kixan that will catch wind of them walking out of this A bomb site. Break on the smoke is brilliant, and Zantares has somehow got a jump kill. Progression in towards CT, though, allowed by Zedo. The nade will finish him off. 2 versus 2. This is such a good spot for Aurora. And, oh, wow, Wakadia will just spam out X5. It's all up to the noob gun. It's all up to Clax. Trying to isolate these kills, but he just turns around at the worst possible moment. Jimmy locks it in, and Aurora go 5-1 up.
Ridiculous kill from Zantares, but Wakadia uses his perfectly. Brilliant catch, but it's that second one, the molly, and then just spamming to the left of default. He knows that the incendiary has upset X5, that he has to move out to that left side, so he just starts spamming that one bit of safety outside of the flames. The nade was also perfect. They know Zedo is low. He's afraid to scale, and Aurora passed the test, this A-bomb site. The initial hold, not so perfect, but Wakadia, a lovely double kill. Ashley boosted with his AWP. And Tara is playing ahead of a smoke, so he's safe right this second. Getting much seen off the back of this.
Oh, that's tough for Zedo.
5 players.
And he gets double naded. How many pieces of HOTU are you going to throw at Zedo to stop him? Total's about 6. Look at the reposition as well. Like, you're not going to catch a time in here if you're Quinky. He recognizes it. He backs up. X5 might have one in towards connector, but Zantares is looking. Everyone's aware of the situation here for Aurora. The shuffle comes at the perfect moment, but Clax is able to hit Walczaki. How many pieces of HOTU are you going to throw at Zedo to stop him? Total's about 6. Look at the reposition as well. Like, you're not going to catch a time in here if you're Quinky. He recognizes it. He backs up. X5 might have one in towards connector, but Zantares is looking. Everyone's aware of the situation here for Aurora. The shuffle comes at the perfect moment, but Clax is able to hit Walczaki. Where else? Like, you've had Clax walk out ramp and you've had nothing in towards middle. Quinky was underpass, but he didn't drop any utility in towards the window. Didn't block with any utility in towards connector. And they just decide with 20 seconds left, they're going to walk into B and hope that's enough. Also, the molly missed. They wanted to put it in towards that corner and it spreads to bench. It didn't. So Jimfat can just sit there. Contact being taken as well by Wakadia. It really is simple. That's the most honest critique I can give for K27 is the round there is too simple for Aurora to digest, and they're able just to hold on. We've got a giveaway as well from 80K. 80K Gear Parade, a giveaway of 8 gaming mice, and you can click the banner below the stream to enter if you're interested.
boost for Cashley, but no one crossing his eyesight. Walczaki starts at B this time. Cashley sees a player at ticket. Can't quite connect the shot. It's going to hang about though. Just for now. A lot of space has been given in towards middle, allowing K27 to get close. So a boost up could be on the cards. With this player in towards both ladder and jungle. It's 5 yet, just no hope. Jimfat has no trouble dealing with him. It's the second 2, but Zito rips his head off. Great kill. That might give Cashley the room to start towards middle, allowing K27 to get close. So a boost up could be on the cards. With this player in towards both ladder and jungle. It's 5 yet, just no hope. Jimfat has no trouble dealing with him. It's the second 2, but Zito rips his head off. Great kill. That might give Cashley the room to start. That's ridiculous. Great round from K27, given what they took into that, right? That was a saved AWP and some pistols. You can see how difficult that was for Xantares to do it. The player's up con, gets one off his blind spray. But the trades come quickly.
Might even a bit of team flash, because it wasn't credited for a K27 player.
One opening kill provided for K27.
That needs to improve. That needs to improve an awful lot. Zito, look how quickly he's scaled out in towards middle. X5 will start sprinting to try and get there as well, but Xantares, hungry for the fight, and he will just win it immediately. And I love the fact that he just wants to keep going. Unfortunately, punished. Now Jimmy walks through the smoke. So too does Quinky. This is weird. Because Wakadi is dead.
Yeah, but... Oh, no, that smoke actually prevents Wakadia's support from helping him. So actually, Quinky, never mind. Loses the duel, and now Jimfat's position is even better. If he keeps going, he's going to get the package. So that's an insane timing. No one has pushed that smoke at all in this half, and it's been there pretty consistently. And in this round, both of them opt to do it. Yeah, sorry, even if you get the kills here, which you won't. Getting that bomb is impossible.
It's just the simple things as well for Aurora that I think they're doing really well overall. I think Ash is going to be happy with this, because when you see an extremity push, you're also seeing the reaction from the entire team. So in this round, you've got Kixan that is out in CT spawn, holding jungle and the jump up. You've got the A players playing a lot more safer. They're not isolated. Yeah, so a weird moment with Kadia and Jimpat in towards B apps, but ultimately it just works. Reactions are just really good. Xantares, though, overwhelmed. They eat a nade, they eat his spam. It's an awful lot of damage, but it's no kill. Wakadia now steps in on the side swipe. Oh, he gets dinked by Quinky, but there's that trade. Walczak's also seen one in towards Palace. This gets a little bit uncomfortable for the AWPer.
X5's not going to progress. K27 let it sit after an explosive start to the round in middle. Does feel like they're intent on going towards this A-bomb site, but this pause has got Aurora a little bit worried. They rotate their second body over to B. They fall into one of these 2-2 setups again, so Walczaki will be here. Kixan's going to be a key piece in keeping them at bay. X5 just throws a bit of util. He's going to come back through underpass. And in fact, he just spams out Wakadia. I think that was just through the wall. Look where Wicadia died.
Potentially.
What
Yeah,
is
it
that
has to be.
lineup?
It's got to be. With 35 seconds left, Kixan get a little bit curious. Oh, alongside Walczaki, but you kind of just want the Orbs to take the contact first. Instead, he steps forward. Walczaki steps back in to try and just disrupt K27. That's not going to work. Now, him and Jimmy need to come up with a monster clutch. And I don't even know if you want to. You haven't really got the bankroll for the rest of the half. I think you just concede it based on the fact that Kixan falls. Do we need to be overextending there? I don't think so.
I mean, this round, it's kind of forced to go that way because of X5's kill on to Wicadia. I need to see that back. That was from Apps. Back towards jail. Like, I don't know if I've ever really seen that spam that often. Like, that's a crazy one to pull out.
Terrorists win.
At least I don't know if I've ever seen it successful. That's about as good a lurk as you could get.
We'll see in a sec if we've got it. Tech pause coming in. Hopefully it's just a fast one to get into the action yet again. On HLTV, it is 8-2 in favor of HOTU right now. Oh, that is on Cash. So that makes sense. HOTU just picking to Cash again. And it's Ancient and Mirage over there for the B stream.
Yeah, Norbert, a bit of a specialist on Cash. And it's the winner's match.
We love Norbert. Davushka as well, I think is a really good signing for that HOTU team. I think he'll bring a lot. So if they can take down Astralis, they can win that group. That would be a ridiculous statement out of HOTU. A team that has been climbing the rankings for a while. I mean, top 40 at the moment. So they take down Astralis, who's top 20. That's incredibly impressive. Obviously, they've got coach changes as well, don't they? They've brought in Neo.
Yeah, that's how it's a kind of out of left field in a way move. But obviously, a coach that brings a lot of experience in that role, especially at the top level. I like what I'm seeing out of Aurora so far. Sure, there's been a couple of K27 rounds coming through, which is to be expected here on their map pick. But what we're actually seeing in terms of the setups, the rotations, and the cohesion all looks quite good.
Yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised with what we're seeing. I think the macro is really solid out of Aurora, which I guess you are going to expect that, especially when you consider where this team is. But considering the amount of cultural shift that has come in, you don't expect it to maybe see it this early. So a team like K27, I think, is a very good litmus test for Aurora, because this is a team that doesn't have the strongest fundamentals in the world, but they do have really good individuals, and they're going to be throwing like a lot of punchy, pacey executes at you, which is designed to test your limits. So I actually think, in terms of opponents Aurora could have had in a best of 3 for their first official, this is probably like one of the best ones you could get to see where you're at.
Yeah, definitely a good litmus test.
Look at the read. There's 4 players on A for Aurora.
Just start Walczaki B. 27. We're interested in B in the first, 4 or 5 rounds, but now it has been a bit more of a focus on mid and A. Got mid completely for free, so you do have to be a little bit worried if you're K27, scratching your head about what this Aurora setup looks like. It does feel like it's rooted in one of these bomb sites. You got Zito into ladder. It's a very powerful position, but how do you utilize it? You're going back to A, so he's going to be playing very late as part of this.
Which is not really what you want. Well, that Molly's missed as well. I feel like you just kind of want Zito in the pack, to be real with you. Wicadia's dropping all the utility. They're really trying to sell the idea that Jimmy isn't in sandwich, but he is still overwhelmed. Kicksand will find one, just trying to live for as long as he can, but Wicadia falls as well. So it doesn't matter how many players you got on this A bomb site. K27 is still going to bash the door down. Xantares in from stairs. It's a dink and that's it. A break on the smoke. It's a kill for Walczaki and not quite the second. In fact, he will actually get rid of Kasha, but X5 will hit the train immediately. Time low. Time potentially a factor there, but Walczaki couldn't escape.
He actually denied that bomb going down. He just couldn't get away. Really nice try from Walczaki, but how's that for an A hit from K27? Everybody is here, essentially, except for that AWP. A completely stacked bomb site, and they still breach it with only 2 casualties. It's so close.
Even with the Molly missing as well, right? Because the sandwich Molly missed completely. Fair play. K27 have really built themselves back into this first half. Now look at this purchase. Obviously, it's the last round of the half. You're going to get an investment here for Aurora. But it's just a couple of SMGs. 5.7 FAMAS. It isn't the prettiest, but it will have to do. And Xantara has cleared all of Palace. Does he push round the world, or does he go and clear Clags? Oh, this timing's off. That's crazy.
You're like, why isn't Orb peeking me here? What a ridiculous opening kill.
It's just a wrong read on the situation.
All the way through and see nothing. They can't get the rotations here in time. Good luck, Kicksan.
It almost feels like he's just going to peek and be surprised, yeah. See that coming a mile off. Xantares has cleared all of the apartments. Now your team is rotating over. You do not need to peek that. Can just tuck, can just hide. Just say to your teammates, be careful of jungle or on the way through. Quinky thinking about the push, then recognizes he doesn't really need to swing off the back of the flashbang. Walczaki will still find purchase with this MP9. It's only Jimmy with an AK. Time limited, no kit, unless there's one on site, but all the kills are just falling in favor of K27 again. Xantares will get one for the road, but how about this for a recovery? Because it was 7-2, and instead, it's 7-5.
K27 finding their footing as the half progresses, down 4-0. And in fact, I mean, at 1.6-1, they bring it back to a 7-5 half. Without the pistol, and it's not a bad hole on that T side. Now we really get to see what this Aurora is looking like at the moment. See what this T side has to offer. Go up against the K27, who is all too familiar with locking down the CT side on this map.
Very patient. From both parties, really.
Klax is pushed.
Now the same question, does he go back towards ramp or does he go in towards middle? Smoke's in. And now a quick push, so Klax's flank potentially redundant. Nice nade, does a little bit of damage. Quinky's headshot does a whole lot more. Now X5 looks to stand in at bench, but Quinky is doing all the damage, and suddenly all of Aurora fall at the hands of K27.
Yeah, we finally get that Quinky impact. We haven't mentioned it in this series so far, but Mirage is infamous on this map. One of the best Mirage players in Tier 2. And he's had a real quiet one. Only 2 kills in that first half, but he gets 2.5 in this pistol. More than just his job. I love that HE is holding too, just to throw it into short when the split comes in. Klax gets the info, so the rotates are pretty close, but they're barely even needed. K27 had the information, but it's the shots that win the round.
Who's knifed Santares? Who's done it? Own up to it.
Kixan already laying the discipline on firm hand.
Why aren't you getting more kills?
Hey man, Mercadia are actually top of the server right now. So not so bad. X5 shouldn't be top for K27, but well, he definitely is after that double. And the bomb be planted. No, it's been dropped, I think, in front of the smoke. So I think this will be cleaned up. One casualty, it's an MP9. He gets 2 kills off it. That's fine for K27.
And all of the compliments we've given to Aurora are all well and good, but if they don't win the game, then we have to start asking some different questions. And individually, they are being washed away by some of these players. As you mentioned, X5, but I think Klax has been really consistent. Zido being used as a lurk element in a lot of those T-side rounds really confused me for K27, because I feel like he just should be in the pack. He's still up there with 8 kills. And now in Connector, he's looking to find even more success. Kixan walks out of nade. As Zido clears under, Zantares will fall.
Oh, and then Quinky gets the kill on the Kickstand as well. So really nice start to the round for K27. In fact, looks to get the kill back the other way, but can't finish the job. Ashlet escapes. Moxic will move over. Mercadia will play late, but the smoke slows things down. Three bodies here at A. Just where Aurora do look to finish this round if they can. Another smoke through to block off Jim Fat. X5 drops his. Seconds. It's time for Aurora to make this play. Moxic starts to throw his util. Arcadia, it's up to him to find the timing. Does split out the arm of Cashlet, but a double swing. And he can't quite deal with the 2 players facing. Jimfat does remove Zido.
Good save.
Oh, 10 seconds. Yeah, they're just going to hold on to the AKs.
They just aren't being given anything apart from a fight early from Zido. Like this bunkering down approach for K27. I think Aurora were really anticipating this CT side to get aggressive. And then when they don't, you've wasted too much time. And obviously you've lost players just trying to get in towards the site. Nice block utility as well from K27. Nice and easy. Would this be No, obviously they played Falcons. So this has to be one of the best teams that K27 has ever played against. Just gonna scroll. Yeah, they played Falcons.
They play. Anyone else?
They played Gentlemates and Magic at Astana.
Okay.
So I think this is the second highest rated team they've ever played.
Enough to do it as to get onto this bomb site. In fact, tries to force his way out. It's Vacadia with the trade. Tara's come through soon. Zito has a gap on this smoke, but can't quite exploit it. Good flashbang forces him back. And then he's run down. Vacadia comes up and over. Huge kills coming through from that SMG. Bomb being planted. Gashlid steps in. But they're not giving him any fights, just tucking behind these boxes. Walczaki with a good line, but looks away. Quinky's far removed. They've got the kit, but time starts to dwindle. 4 HP for X5. He's given the AWP. He's throwing the util, and Xantares with the double. Aurora force around these save rifles. And they will brute force it into A.
Yeah, look, much better play from Aurora. That they completely changed up the tempo in this round. But even there, right at the very end, the double swing on towards CT. Wicadia jumping up from default, almost being a bullet sponge for Xantares, who can then swing. And it's a really comfortable double layering. Quinky will get a Galil, but that's it. A complete change, a shift for Aurora. It works out a hell of a lot better than these previous rounds. The slow play wasn't working. The trades were brilliant. There's that jump from Wicadia to give Xantares all of the room to move. As K27 call a timeout. Astralis are making a comeback.
That's a substantial comeback. From, it was 9-1. Wait, no, 8-1. Apologies. 9-3 half. Down to the CT side, looking rock solid. So far, K27's has been tested. First round for Aurora on this T side. Rashid. It's aggressive with Zito in underpass. Xantares looks for the fight down there.
Careful now. Oh, he hits that shot? Really? I mean, I think he's cooked. Ashlid is just jumping, spamming, trying to do everything in his power to leave. Jimmy finds clacks in the B while Cashlid, what's going on? How have you got the kill on Xantares? And it gets out. Are you... What? I can't believe it. And Wicadia's now got his knife out. He's never going to be ready for X5. X5's not going to be ready for him, but he's still able to get the kill. What is going on?
What in the wacky races is this? Cashlid, what is that sequence? I mean, he had no other choice, right? He has to go through the smoke, but how does Xantares get caught? And it's a knife out. X5 looks down. Oh, no. That one.
He's going to get this
feels
kill.
Silly. And, oh, X5, just have a little look. Just have a little peek around that corner. No, he doesn't. He doesn't go around the edge.
Oh, wow. Wait, this timing's wild then.
Oh, hold
Oh,
on.
no,
Now
he
he's...
saw him.
Oh, no. 20 seconds. That's the bomb. And now he's found Jim Fat. Okay. I think he's recovered it after missing that timing. That's Walczaki with 10 seconds. Also trying to escape. No scope, hits the leg. All right, we need to see that back from Cashlid's POV.
I'm not surprised he's laughing. I've no idea how he's got away with that. And they've won the round off the back of it. So here he goes. Just living.
Oh,
wow,
ridiculous.
okay. And then, for good measure, Walczak's no scope is just a leg. I'm not surprised. There's a reminder as well, 80k gear are giving away 8 gaming mice if you click on the banner just below the stream. Thank you for them. The opening kills have changed quite a lot. Remember when it was just one opening kill for K27? I think they've jumped into the lead of opening kills, actually. By 1.
Trying to get ahead of this util, but the push comes. Zito gets the first. Jimfat not quite clear. Clax goes down, but Zito gets his double and walks away unscathed. It's a good opening sequence for K27 into this round. An advantage. Bomb to be scooped back up. Zantares looking to see if he can find some gap to exploit, but that smoke's going to fade, and now Cashley gets on the line. Zantares, deletes him. That's a Zantares peak if I've ever seen one. But he might just get backstabbed. No way! All by his lonesome, he's brought this round back for Aurora.
I mean, X5 is still here, though, and they didn't know about him. Zantares now walks through to try and clear Zido. That's absurd. Kixan wins out his fight, too. I was about to call Aurora's T-side somewhat uninspiring. And then Zantares gives us a big lift to creativity. He just expects everything. Unbelievable antics from Zantares. Look at some of these kills. The timing, ridiculously good. And the time to kill, even better. Aurora tire us up. And that means that K27 are going to take their last pause.
Just perfect crosshair placement and instantaneous reactions. The kill on Cash Lid. That was lightning fast. Orp could not respond. So a bailout by the individuals. K27 are broke. This round counts for 2 if Aurora can win it.
Yeah, they recognize how important this is. They're taking their time. You got Jimfat in Palace. Walczaki in Ramp. Kader and Zantares have taken all of middle very early. But the read, so far for K27, is quite good. Unless Aurora change plan. With Walczaki running away, there's every inevitability that they could just go in towards this B bomb site. What's the call out of Kixan? X5 will block. Does that make you want to go in towards Pod? In towards the stack? Zantares does damage. And then they goes back the other way. Aurora aren't really convinced on this just yet, which is really important. If they go in towards A, that is the wrong direction. And I think with that smoke, they're going to go mid to B.
Yeah, with information gathering down from Ramp, Jimpat steps forward 30 seconds. X5, good luck. Rotations do start to move. Gets Zantares, surely, but many more would be a huge boon. A second kill, but now Jimfat on his lurk activates. The timing is exceptional. The job looks all but done, as Walczaki confirms it. They avoid the stack, and the lurk from Jimfat is pristine.
Yeah, he hears all the info. That enables Aurora just to speed up. X5 tries his best. I really like the fact that even though time is still a bit of a burden for Aurora, they still go through and they clear everything comprehensively. And they understand that there's going to be rotations coming in from market very quickly. So Walczaki just takes that extra half a second just to guarantee that window's completely clear. Catches the kill on Cash did, because if that kill goes the other way, that's the bomb dropped. That's a nightmare. Trying to recover that situation, especially with that time pressure. As you say, that round was worth 2. Now Aurora can start to break away again. Scoreboard pressure continues to be reapplied to K27. They've done such a good job of coming back already once in this map, but doing it a second time? That's going to be quite difficult. Oh, hello.
Yeah, don't know if I want to test X5 at the moment. He's on 20 frags, top of the server somehow. The IGL. Zito now has a Galil, but there's no armor. 2 USPs. This should still be Aurora's, right?
Yeah, it should be. It's fine. Arcadia. Just having some refrag. Xantaras will get rid of X5. And Klax is now burning to a Cinder. Job's a good one. Aurora will find 11 on their opponent's map pick. Klax can't even make the window jump. He just wants to die. He'll get his wish. Xantares will also find himself up to 20 frags.
Yeah, it's only going to get scary if Arcadia didn't get that spray down onto Zito, who was trying to get up close off the distraction of the USPs. Goes 11. Cash lead. And Zito needs to be ready. They are scaling so fast. Quinky tries to drop the util, but ahead of it, Jimfat can't quite get that kill through the smoke. Forces the issue. Gets shown the door. And that split, which was coming through, that's called off.
You've heard the AKB scoots up in the smoke as well if you kick Sand. So you're now on red alert in case there's going to be another push. I like this reaction as well. At a K27, a third player actually just repositions back. I think Zito saw the gun barrel there in under. Klax will catch Kixan. This is just not going to plan. Wakadia is now going to try and lurk it in towards Palace instead. Woxic having a look. Not quite grabbing a kill. Great jiggle. Wakadia will find Zito. There is something to say here. You can pivot in towards A, especially with where Woxic is, in towards Connector. Just getting by this AWP cash lid.
He's waiting for this peak to come out, but Wicadia likely won't budge. Unless forced to. And Klax stepping forward. Oh, this bomb. Is he in shadow? Yeah, you can just deny it. Now the swing comes out. Wicadia gets that kill, and cash lid's not there to trade. Bomb needs to go down. Gonna be on Woxic to jump over, and then X5 activates. Wicadia into... Unless forced to. And Klax stepping forward. Oh, this bomb. Is he in shadow? Yeah, you can just deny it. Now the swing comes out. Wicadia gets that kill, and cash lid's not there to trade. Bomb needs to go down. Gonna be on Woxic to jump over, and then X5 activates. Wicadia into the 1-on-3. Up and over. Can he isolate? No. Quinky comes through. K27 get on double digits.
Yeah, well handled there from K27. I like the slide through at a Klax just to guarantee the bomb doesn't get planted. X5's then that new lurker. And you just got this tag team of contact that's coming in from every single direction. It's really difficult to manage if you're Aurora. And that's going to force now just another timeout from them. That they're starting to feel a little bit stressed that this game, you had it in the palm of your hand. What was it? 6-1 at one stage. And now suddenly it's a one-round game. You're at risk of dropping the ball on Mirage. You know there's going to be a lot of eyes on you on this first best of 3. Losing against a team that, let's be honest, you really shouldn't be losing to. Would not be the greatest welcome back into the Counter-Strike.
OT between Astralis and HOTU. Chance of us going there as Zito gets the opener. Becoming a lot more frequent, these opening frags for K27 in their second half.
Such a weird kill feed, actually. Like, if you take a look at both kills for the teams, you wouldn't expect this to be a 11-10 game, would you? Like, the amount of kills is actually really low across the board, bar for Xantares and X5. It's pretty ridiculous. Quinky's in a setup we've not seen yet at a K27. Klax is stationed as well on top of Ticket. So the AWP's nowhere near. The AWP's all the way on B. Max is just trying to bide his time. 50 seconds now for Aurora. They try and make their way in. Still got this player in Xantares in connector lurking. Nice nade. Beautiful nade. And Zito wins out the fight, because of course he does. He doesn't miss on Xantares.
Just trying to get through, but Klax gets his. Quinky now activates it. Arcadia left alone. Nothing he can do. Feels all too easy for K27. Great opening pick. Great hold on A. Yeah, Zito going to be a tough customer to deal with. Now he's starting to get warmed up. Brilliant lightning fast opener, and then the critical kill to Xantares, who could have spoiled that whole round.
That's play for OT. Unless Xantares can win this round single-handedly for Aurora. If they go A, they're going into the correct site, you feel. Just need to get by an AWP, which is a lot easier said than done. Xantares on the lurk and the workaround. But he's been doing this pretty consistently, and that nade is so well timed that you got to be feeling frustrated. Zito got Xantares' number again. Of course he does. Instant headshot. That's your rifle dropped on the floor. Aurora can't scavenge it up. So instead they've just got to go in towards this bomb site. And that means going into the rifle gauntlet. Cashlin will burn another. And Walczaki can't do anything here. Sure, a pistol kill for good measure, but that's an AWP that gets recollected, and it's K27 with a map point.
Actually, we need to pick it up. They've got enough money, and they want the AKs. Final round of regulation. K27 looking to rip this one away from Aurora at the tail end. This is where the pressure's going to be on this newly completed roster. Find the answer to force this to OT. Cashlet's in mid. Set up in short, a break on the smoke. Sees nothing. Second break. Oh, actually not quite finding anything. Does do some damage though.
Ooh, Cashlid. Has he got this line on Xantares? See here, also, I'd be giving Xantares an AK.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
not sure why he's on a Galil.
Him.
Yeah. But hey. That's what's happened. There's a minute left. They keep trying to work their way through middle. It feels like space has been given up here by K27, but at the same time, they peek in from short. They peek in from window. Cashlid will get the frag. I suppose there's that AK on the floor. X5 on a really devious angle to try and deal with the B Apartments player. Did he see him? I don't think so. Meanwhile, in connector, Xantares now looks to have a look on the lurk. 30 seconds left to try and get in towards a bomb site here. Aurora are running out of time.
And they're going to be walking into this crossfire and just handle you. Xantares goes down. Klax does spot out this AWP, but X5 removes the lurk. Jimfat gets one back finally, but this is done. 13-11. K27 spoil the debut map of Aurora. It is K27's pick, and it is the close call, but it is their victory.
The C2 side looks really decent for Aurora, but then when it gets to the T side, it just feels sluggish. And this is, to be honest,
which I think is a good statement given how good they normally are on their attack on Mirage. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't go to 3 maps. It'd be pretty substantial if K27 were able to take this Anubis from Aurora.
I think that's fair. I think it'd be a massive statement if they are able to do it. And well, they start on the T side of Anubis. We can start the battle here as Aurora look to rebound on their map choice. Plenty of utility available here for K27. No kit whatsoever for Aurora. We'll see if that's going to be a factor moving forward. We also get to see what the positions look like as well, and where some of these players are situated. Just to imagine that it's going to be slotting in very similar roles to where Jimmy was previously. Walczaki, Wicadia on this advanced crossfire. And Wicadia, baited in beautifully. Double kill with the dualies. Walczaki just needs to try and hold on. Can't really overextend that much because the rotates are a little bit further away. He's doing a brilliant job of just staying alive with this P2K. They will try and eventually close him down. He runs out of ammo, and he's somehow still alive. Finally removed by Cashlid, but all the rotates are here for Aurora, and it's cleaned up pretty decisively.
Yeah, it goes back because you could hope for, right? Double from the dualies, and then Walczaki just staying alive for so long, and then getting a kill before he goes. That's pretty much the perfect A-hold. The rotations get there. And Aurora take the pistol. Brilliant from Wicadia. K27 just take a little bit too long to try and run down Walczaki, I feel. Obviously, they don't know that they have the space to do that. Force buy. That's interesting. And also not grouping off it.
Yeah, it's almost like a default. Block smoke immediately out of Aurora. Walczaki holding the hole in middle. Kixan just touching the edge of the smokes. Now they're all grouped together. It's going to be a B split. So that means the new kids on the block for Aurora have to hold on. Tested very early. Kixan only able to find the first. Jimfat now thrown into a difficult position. At least Antares is here. And Jimmy does brilliantly. The wide swing enough to get the doubles. Antares also arrives on the scene. For X5, feels like he can't really find anything. There's already a flank on as well. Coming around the corner. Walczaki locks it in. Aurora are able to hold against that force by no bomb plant.
Yeah, good hold from Jimmy. Kixan as well just getting one there rather than just being overwhelmed completely. But it's Jimmy's double that really keeps the Wolves at bay. Allows that rotation. And so far the tests on both extremities have held. This will have to be an eco coming out. Thank you again to Lorga, who have provided the PCs for the tournament. The decal scooped up to see if it can be worked by Zito. I've seen these deagles do some work, but it's, yeah, going to be tricky here. The angles that Aurora are taking really make it hard to find those fights.
Oh, or maybe not. Nice shot out of Zito. Zantaras will trade immediately. Not a whole lot you can do about that if you kick San. Now block smoke comes into the perfect moment from Wicadia. On towards this A bomb site, and he sees Clax on the edge. Random spam or shadow spotted, either way. All of the K27 players are collapsing. Cashlid can't do a whole lot. In fact, we'll lock it in. He gets a free K, starts off this map red hot. As he did on Mirage, to be fair, but it is Aurora. Having a 3-round lead as we enter our first gunny.
Gorgeous shot. The battle, the excitement that round had to offer. All right, we get the AWP out. Very early. Both sides. Not sure if you're necessarily expecting the T side to have one. Alright. Just playing through the default pause. This feels like it has B written all over it.
So much block utility has been used already by Aurora very early. There's one incendiary left. There's one smoke grenade. I like this out of K27. Going through the motions of just taking and putting pressure on A. That's going to anchor Wakadia in. As the bomb starts to move its way over, X5, Zedo will take advanced space. There's a third player, though, on this B bomb site that they've got to be a little bit wary of. Nice nade in from Jimfat. Smoke thrown out by Zedo. Now a third player will join their attack. In fact, everyone is now moving over. Jimfat's thinking about going for the opportunity. Having a swing over towards connector. Kicksan forced slightly into the open because of that molly. The flashbang is good. He eats it, and he's still able to adjust. That's fantastic. But then Klax is just able to come through. That spare man from B main will lurk through the smoke. Quinky's got rid of Walczaki, and this defense falls flat immediately.
Yeah, it looked good to start with, didn't it? But look at the X's just littering the entry to the bomb site from Temple. It's the altar of Klax that they were on their knees before. He comes through with half HP and walks away with 2 frags and 30 damage inflicted upon him. A great first round from K27, considering Aurora started so well in locking it down, but it's the trades, it's the pack from K27 that overwhelms. It is the AWP. Which is a little painful. But you take the round.
Very surprising that Xantares and Jimfat didn't get a single kill after Kixon's dealt with the double. I guess they're all so heavily focused on connector. No one considers B main. Klax is just given too much room there. That's another one of those oversights. That's potentially another one of those players assuming that other players are holding different things. Big nade onto Xantares early. There's a lot more passive out of Aurora. I thought they'd be a lot more forward-facing. I thought they'd be taking a lot of aggressive fights towards the middle of the map, but very similar to Mirage. Their CT side is just very patient.
What? Okay, I was about to say nice nade just to deal with the player there, and it breaks the smoke too, but that just gives Zedo the opportunity. Klax turns, gets his as well, and suddenly 2 opening kills found. Walczaki slows them down so they can't immediately pounce on this bomb site, but seeing the AWP, they're taking the space. X5 has walked all the way through middle. Surely noting the potential of Walczaki, who can't quite hit the shot. X5 begins to scale through. Leg, keeping them at bay. Wakadia gets 1. He's still holding on to heaven. Walczaki now steps in. X5 is disengaged, and Walczaki gets another. What started so well from K27 has been plugged. And Quickie doesn't feel comfortable getting the C4 down. Can you blame him? Look how many bodies are nearby. Wakady's found another. Quinky is the 1 on 3, and he has a chance there, but it's Walczaki's AWP that sings for 3.
Yeah, brilliant. And this all comes back to the save in the previous round as well from Walczaki, running forward, grabbing that AWP to pass over to Walczaki. He takes all the initiative. That's the best thing here. And the best compliment you can give him. Gets the kill on towards Zido in con, resets, immediately rotates middle, gets that leg shot on X5, and then he's on his bike. He doesn't hang around, he doesn't wait on his laurels, he goes in towards A, he gives Walczaki that space. Walczaki's survivability as well has really got to be praised there. That round is all Walczaki. And that breaks the money. That really breaks the economy. After what started off so strong for K27, a 3v5 is then converted. They don't lose a single player after that, Aurora. Now look at Santares. He's already got a kill. Can tuck in the corner, but he's lost his support network. Doesn't matter. Maybe he doesn't need anyone's help. He's run out of more ammo, though. And Zido on the Tech 9 has got a hat trick. Walczaki will at least trade. 2v2, this round gets spicy.
Yeah, it's just a real shame you lose Zido there. That's a huge pick from Walczaki. Jinfat is low. They're afraid even to walk through to grab that rifle. And right to be so. Aurora start to clear. Okay, I think Walczaki is about to win this round. Juggling weapons, and Quinky loses cash lead and loses his life. Not ready for them to just both be sitting in towards Connector. A lot of fear in that round, considering what went into it. K27 going to feel like that was winnable.
Yeah, and that's probably why they're taking a pause as well. Now they've got all the guns. That's the first round as well. We've seen Aurora get aggressive. I'm surprised that they do it on an eco rather than on a gun round. They did open themselves up to opportunity there. Zido, hot hands with that Tech 9. Finding a ridiculous triple you wouldn't otherwise expect. But still, 5 rounds already on your CT side. Feels very good. The fact that you can make it potentially even more already at such an early juncture. This feels similar to Mirage, except for Aurora, they have to hold on. And they can't allow K27 to work their way back into this game. Cashlid has got an AWP. Yet again comes at a cost of utility. Walczaki still wields his. Feels like they might want to go quicker in towards mid.
A lot of space here. 3 players on B, and yeah, they're just going to walk through. Antares looks to break this smoke.
It's too late.
They're already passed. No response from Aurora to deal with this. It's not yet. Might have a rotate coming through. No, not. I thought maybe CT would be where some movement would come. Okay, this round is now super weird. They're just going to walk through storage. They're guaranteed 1 kill here. Question is, can they deal with both? Rotation's far away. Oh,
this is awkward. It's been heard. Surely the fall-off has been heard here. Santares, yeah, backstab. Walczaki will be able to get rid of X5, and then he follows through on Klax. Maybe that's enough. Sure, you don't know about Zido. And that could be the difference maker. 20 seconds left. Bomb gets down. Break on this smoke. They don't see anything. Cashlid will have to hold firm, a boost up over this smoke for Walczaki. Does he see anything? Yeah, he does, a little bit. But it's not a clean kill. Aurora need to leave. So much space in towards middle. They recognized it. They didn't know how good that timing was from K27.
I like from Zido as well, right? There's a slight concern there that him not peeking with his teammate to absolutely confirm Walczaki goes down, could have caused a problem. But they have trust that Walczaki will get traded out by the players in main, and Zido just sits to catch off that fast rotation. You never expect the second player to be there because he never revealed himself. That kill on the kicksand makes all the difference. Locks out Walczaki and Jinfat. And a little bit too much respect given by Aurora that K27 wouldn't just walk through middle.
The fact that Wicadia gets a double there, though, is incredibly impressive.
I think the big question for me there is, what's going on with the B players during all of this? If you're going to concede middle in this regard, you kind of need the information elsewhere.
I completely agree. Just saw the ATK game gear pop up. You watch the StarSeries broadcast, you can win gaming mice. As Jimfat uses his gaming mouse to find a double. Rotations are a little bit far away. K27 breach into this bomb site. Zantares waiting patiently. Oh, that flashbang's missed out of Walczaki. Oh, but the wallbang doesn't. Bomb denied. Zantares, though, falls in the meanwhile. 2 versus 2. As the molly goes deep, the smoke goes forward, and Klax looks to play around it. And Walczaki and Wicadia are going to disengage and approach from a different avenue.
In a safer plant position this time. Had to go for default because they didn't have the control in towards dark. So 2-on-2. This one feels more winnable than the previous, but Klax is on the prowl. He'll be the one taking the contact here. Cashley just holding a slither angle. What's that, Wicadia? Oh, can't best him. How's he lost that duel then? Cashley feels the need to swing to support, and Walczaki was always holding main. That one is a fumble from Klax, but a great fight from Wicadia.
And a good round out of Walczaki because he does what he can. He just wallbangs the default plant twice, gets them off the bomb, gives Zantares at least a chance to maybe find Klax. Doesn't work, but I love the discipline out of Walczaki here. Doesn't swing. Lets Wicadia do his work as he's 11-3. He just holds the angle, waits for the opportunity to punish Cashlid. That comes in immediately. Nothing's working for K27, apart from when they're given free real estate. But even then, that round was nearly lost. Sarah's holding. Just in case there's a little boost up, there isn't. In fact, punished? Potentially. The molly will send him scrambling.
Yeah, and sending the rotate scrambling too. Look at this. Everyone's moving over, but it's all a misdirection. This is a crazy gamble, just off a little bit of pressure coming out. No one even spotted, but now look at this patrol. Wicadia about to get a rude awakening, but maybe you can just best them. Sees the second player. Can't find that kill. And where's the main fight coming in? Wicadia still holding on. Will get dealt with. X5 plucked in the meanwhile, and Cashley ready for Walczaki. Sam will get in towards storage. Actually getting into the round is a whole nother question. Klax is waiting. You don't really want to lose these weapons. But, oh, there was a second kill there. There was a chance. Jimmy steps in, gets one, and now there's interest. Knows where this final player is. Klax in towards heaven. Time, a big burden. Incendiary, not going to do the job of flushing out. Klax goes too shallow, but the shot comes through. And what felt impossible is the possible when Jimfat's involved.
Craziness. I mean, ridiculous kill and sequence out of Jimfat really bails Aurora out of a tight jam there, because that was miscommunication of the highest order. Everyone rotates over when they really don't need to. Cashley catching Walczaki in mid. You don't ever expect there to be Jimmy coming out of the temple side. Mid player caught. Instant headshot onto Klax. Phenomenal round. Another timeout called by K27, because now rounds that they feel like should be guaranteed are becoming losable. You get the bomb down. You got the loss bonus. It still doesn't feel comfortable. And this is the Aurora we wanted to see. It's nice to see that the individuals can step up in a big way. Of course it's going to be an all-in. Of course it's going to be a force buy with this loss bonus. There's no AWP. Much like there wasn't in the previous. Jimfat would have defused and gone to get the ult from Walczaki. stands out of camera. The bomb's over at B. Xantares and Jimmy to be tested next.
Jimmy not failing his test at the moment. 12 and 4. And a 1v2 to boast in the previous. He's been good for a multi. Each time they've come B, 4 players here again. These gamble stacks are kind of crazy. He was punished last round, but look at this adventure. 4 CTs. 4 CTs pushed into canals.
I mean, they can catch these players off, potentially. How far do they go? And is anyone going to fall back to help out Walczaki? Xantares will. In fact, they all will. In comes the utility, but the bomb isn't quite committing. Again, it's all smoke and mirrors from K27. They're going to leave. Arcadia now just clears CT just in case. Walczaki misses the shot on the AWP. That's really good info for K27. Can your rotates get over here in time? Arcadia isn't aware of it, but there are so many players on A. He'll deal with X5. Clacks then jumps up. Arcadia just not ready, and he's still able to get the kill. How often does he find these 180s? Cashlid left completely on his own. We'll deal with the low HP of Arcadia. 10 seconds left. Bomb could be planted, but winning the round feels impossible. He just gets punched in. Nice shot onto Jimfat, but Walczaki there for the trade. That's a crazy tap out of Cashlid, but it's Arcadia again to get an unlikely double.
God, you really want that one to come through after that tap. That's outrageous. What a weird round for Aurora. They're playing it like a T side. It's like 1 lurking on A and then 4 just packing it around B and canals. Bizarre, but it works. And maybe it works because your anchors on each side of the match, Jimfat and Arcadia, are just playing some of the most out of their mind CS right now. It is beautiful to behold. Middle feels like the only possibility for K27 at the moment.
It also really just feels like Aurora's individuals are bailing them out of some tough spots. Xantares, good coverage onto Walczaki, so X5 will fall without getting rid of the sniper. Jimfat to the corner, Quinky with the pre-fire, but it is still more kills and more trades. That's a much better round so far out of Aurora. Cashlid, last player standing, dealt with by Kixan. I'd argue that that is probably the most comfortable Aurora have looked in an uncomfortable situation.
Hitting their stride. It's fantastic to see this out of Aurora in their debut. We have such a shift in the team. With the opening pick. And a triple setup on B, double in dark. Jimfat's ready to swing off the contact. And this should bait in actually, Kixan. So yeah, he'll deliver off it. There's that trade. In fact, Jimfat gets both those kills, of course. Looking for more, but Quinky, clean double. He's got the bomb too. He'll just plant this. And Cashlid, we weren't ready for him, but he can't make the shot connect. Arcadia somehow standing on 9 HP. The spam looking to remove him. Cashlid stands in between bodies, but it's Arcadia who gets the frag. Quinky blocks it off with the smoke. Had to brave through it. Great first kill. Has the molly just to delay more time. Force Walczaki through, and Walczaki happy to oblige. Feet on fire, but so are Aurora as they find double digits at the half.
Counter-terrorists win.
Well, it's a very comprehensive CT side out of Aurora. K27 gave them a couple of things to think about, but I will say some of the individuals, the anchors in particular, are just having an incredible game out of Aurora. And they are looking to send us to nuke. They are looking to pretend like Mirage didn't even happen.
That's the back of Jimfat and Wicadia, but also just in general, the entire squad feeling so much more at home here on Anubis. Jimfat, 16 kills is where he ends that first half. Almost every round feeling like he's capable of a multi. Wicadia getting ridiculous kills as well. And he feels like he has no right to win.
So consistent, isn't it? Like the amount of 180 kills this guy has. He should be dead 4 times over, and yet he's able to spin and get the frag. It's pretty ridiculous. Zido has been very quiet. I think Cashlid's had some good moments. We haven't seen it out of the rifle core at K27. They are just being manhandled by Aurora.
I feel like Quinky gave them some opportunities at times, but the best round we got out of K27 was when they lurked through middle. Outside of that, didn't feel quite as clean. And one other round to boast was when they just exploded onto B and managed to get all the trades. Holy moly, Clax. That is a massive water bottle.
Sufficient, because that means you don't need to fill it up in between maps. Or days.
Stay hydrated.
I feel like I need to get one of those, massive water bottles. Mine isn't big enough.
Get one of the little hamster feeders and just, have it next to your screen. That way you don't need to pick it up. You can keep your hands on the keyboard.
That's so stupid.
That's the next innovation for gaming.
Oh, dear. Mine's 1.5 liters, and I get through that very quickly.
It's good. Stay hydrated.
The new issue is it's one of those bottles that's got one of those really big straws, right? So it's when it gets towards the bottom, I have to undo it because I don't want there to be noise on the broadcast. So I don't want there to be slurping. But then I always drop it down me. It's just wet.
All right, well, glad to hear
Definitely a skill issue.
that you are sopping wet. Let's focus in on this second half to get underway. We're at 10-2 up. Onto the T side now. They're looking to get us to nuke ASAP. For them, it'd be great to keep K27 humble in their second half so they can go into that decider map hot off a dominant victory.
All right, Clax, you're up. These dualies have got to do as well as Wicadia's did, which was a double opener to kickstart proceedings. Woxit's got all the util. Setup's not bad. Cashlid ready to drop a smoke after seeing that pixel. And Clax's dualies will find the first kill. And Molly goes back sight, and Aurora are out of there. They're hightailing it towards B. The K27 already know it, and they've blocked with the smoke.
Yeah. And that is going to send them back. Aurora just going to reset this round. They've used all their utility. They really wanted to go that way. Kixon's calling to boost a player up. That's going to be Woxic going for a search. So it feels like back to A is the play. K27 have stayed active though. They've pushed out B main, so they've gotten some information. It's going to allow this rotation to move back. Getting the double setup. Still Berettas. Play behind Cake. Jiggling for the contact. It's debate in the USP. Cashlade slides out, gets his headshot. Flashbang not on the money. Woxic now starts to play, but it might just be too late to find the success. Get that first kill. Can't quite make it to Jimfat, no clutch this time around.
They just got shut down at every single opportunity. You had the utility blocking them at A. They go B. Then there's a smoke that blocks them as well. And you go back in towards A. You then got that double setup. You got the crossfire. You've got players that have pushed out B main. It was a fantastic pistol round at K27. And the biggest compliment you can give them is that Aurora just weren't allowed to do anything. They weren't allowed to play their game. This is the only bit of game they were allowed to play. Walczaki walking in towards camera and getting a frag. Whoop-de-doo. That's a superb pistol from K27. Uh-oh. Careful, X5. Careful now. Uh-oh. He was not careful.
The nade. Oh, the nade does some serious damage. Flax, though, can't get the kill. Kickstand hits another header. Somehow, with little HP, gets in Quinky. He can disrupt this, though. Bomb being planted safely. Steps in and does remove him. Smoke goes forward. That's going to block off Arcadia, but these two players, look who's standing. Surely don't have the position. Smoked off right now. Jimpat, when does he play? Bomb not being defused, and, well, he'll get dealt with. Cashblade ready for that walkthrough. They brave against the force, thanks to Quinky. The huge triple, and also Clash just doing the damage.
Yeah, massive like utility and MP9 sequence out of Clax, who felt like he should have been rewarded with a lot more kills than he actually was. But for Aurora, you force all in, you get a bomb plant, you get a couple of kills. It might incentivize you to go again. Although maybe not, just a hero AK on Xantares. That's fine, that's just as dangerous as a full bite. See what he can achieve. As always, thank you to Lorgar for providing the official tournament PCs during the event. As K27 take deep space this time in towards water, but through mid is where Aurora want to establish their control, and currently, no one's home.
You've got the Xantares AK. That's what's searching for the instant headshots. And if you're looking to go into A again, that's going to be problematic. Cashlet here, just to block. Confirmation of the AK as well. And then there's two other bodies. So it's a really difficult space to take. That is the intent. Xantares begins to step forward. Attacks on the jiggle. Does get the headshot, but Xantares gets the kill. And AK gets moved over to Arcadia's turn to show what he can do. X5, not anticipated. A step out, a frag, and disengaging. Letting Zito play. Him and Quinky slide through. In that, great eagle shot. It's only a few frags coming in as K27 begin to build on the CT side.
Yeah, I really like this at K27. The fast scaling back in towards the A-bomb site. The fact that they're doing it together as well. You're not going one by one. You're guaranteeing these trades to completely come through, and as soon as you deal with Xantares by dinking him, you feel like you just won the round. Great shot out of Quinky onto Arcadia. That was just the half buy. This is now everything. Walczak's got an AWP as well. You start to see what this T side for Aurora is really all about. Great flash. Cashlid can't see anything. Will be ushered out of towards A main. Still will remain on this angle. Decent nade effort as well by X5. Xantares wasn't walking close. Now loads of util goes back the other way, but look at B main. Jimmy's certainly considering it.
And Zito just pushes forward to catch him on the fallback. Confirmation of the dig. Quinky's just going to play block. Walczaki might be able to catch him here. How quick is he on the trigger? Very, of course. Now Zito a lot to do. They start to move towards him. And Walczaki again just anticipates that fight. Opening pick, sure, but it's individualistic from that point. Aurora happy to oblige in these fights.
Just brilliant work out of Walczaki. Just holding for these angles so diligently. That means that Aurora can get close. They can just take all this space. K27 just can't do a damn thing. So the guns come out immediately. Walczaki's AWP enters the battlefield, immediately able to get that multi. And pushes K27 back. And that's a statement. You will not come back into this game. 11 rounds to the good. 2 away from sending us that decider of nuke.
Such good opener as well. You know, just backing his aim there. It's getting a much better map here on Anubis. We'll set up in towards Dark. Oh, Zantares rips her head off, but Quinky does get a frag back. Zan just walks through. No one's watching. Back's turned in. He'll just take liberties. Takes out 2. Zito, he knows he's got him locked in towards main. They know each other. And this is an interesting situation. Klax wins out that fight into the 2-on-2. You know where both these CTs are. Walczaki hope to punish A.
Oh, look at this from Klax.
Yeah, I don't think Walczaki's going to be ready for this. No, Klax plays ahead of his own smoke. Drops the bomb. Now Kixan has to put this together.
That's beautiful from Klax. Zito running. That's been heard by Kixan, surely. But the swing comes in from Klax at the perfect moment. Expertly done from Klax. Aurora are just trying to get too cutesy with it. Kixan gets a double. You don't immediately rotate over. Phenomenal round. K27. And the new kid on the block for K27 is really proving his worth. This was just sublime Counter-Strike out of Klax.
Giveaway for the ATK mouse. There are 8 on offer. Fast find out from Zito. Off the flashbang. Gets the opener. Zantares caught out. They continue taking the space. Zito is pressed forward. Klax is holding forward. Kadia. Zito spots him, and it is Klax that gets the kill. Taking out the rifling front of Aurora immediately.
I know I said in the other round that Aurora were literally putting out statements, K27, saying you're not coming back into this map, but this is a 10-2 half, and suddenly it's going to be 11-7 if this 3v5 isn't converted by Aurora, which feels incredibly unlikely. This is starting to get potentially scary. You're not sweating yet. The scoreline just looks competitive. But you lose this, it's 11-7. Full eco 11-8. There's only a couple of gun rounds between K27 and tying the scoreline up.
Kixan gets a good kill, but Klax again on the trade. But okay. It's one way to get one back. But this reposition from Klax looks so clean. What a debut he is having. All the attention on the new Aurora, but it's Klax who fills out this K27 roster, his debut game with them. He is thriving.
He's been the best player on the server, in my opinion, in terms of impact. Certainly here on Anubis. No, Kadia and Jimmy are higher up in the kills than him. in these last couple of rounds, he has been the reason why K27 are even questioning the idea of this comeback right now. Crazy opening kill out of Zedo. Important trades out of Clax. There's that 7th. Can you imagine? Here comes that 8th.
Save rifle and Tech 9s and Deagle. And Jimfat be that difference maker. We're gonna press mid. And breezed up. And the pistols work. Cashlet is here. But his attention diverted. Pulling back to a more passive line, smoke thrown from outside of A, just to allow these mid players the space. X5 has to be very careful. Oh, but the flashbang is superb. 3 instant kills. Jimfat looks to get one back, but it's X5. He just puts them in their place. He's looking for the ace. Wants to put the 5 against his name that's in his name. Looks like it'll be Quinky, maybe. Maybe not.
They want to give it to him.
Yeah, he's looking for it. He's looking for it. Will he get it? X5 with the ace. All 5 for X5.
Nice. That's kind of K27 as well. Go on, give him the ace. I love that. I was looking at the smoke coming in at camera, and I saw X5 had a flash. I was thinking to myself, oh, it'd be a fantastic move if Cashlid could throw one through on the other side, and he does. Beautiful pop. Completely blindsides Aurora. K27 are rebuilding on the CT side of Anubis, no less. A reminder, guys, this was a 10-2 half, and now suddenly it is a 3-round game. Already spoke about the uninspiring T sides on Mirage for Aurora. They can't have history repeat itself so soon.
It'd be surprising too, given I felt that the CT side looked really dynamic here from Aurora. Some great mid-round moves. In this round, they're holding back, waiting to see if the aggression does come from the other side. K27 happy for Aurora to make that first play. Break. I like that combo, but it doesn't see anything off it. They're just charging forwards, and Tara's raring for a fight. Next 5 doesn't want to give it to him. First bait in the AWP. Cashley just has to fall back. There's a lot of attention focused here. And this will free up some space to move to B.
Okay, this is nicer. This is something we didn't really get on Mirage, where you've now got all of this group in from Aurora, and now you're going to execute. So this is going to be an unfair, outnumbered fight for K27. 30 seconds left. Flashbang in from Quinky, and he gets removed immediately, and Zedo gets caught in transition. X5, though, tries to follow through, can only grab a single kill. Aurora have done it. They found the breakthrough. The spam again out of Cashlid. It will be this bomb down. And there should be no further say in this for K27. Aurora should be going up to 4 map points. So Clax and Cashlid are going to give this a look in the 2v4.
Plenty to work with. First kill comes in. Finding these follow-ups with the clock ticking. That's the tricky part. And the fights just aren't being given to them. 2 players in main. Cashlid gets 1, but Wikeda winning that duel. That locks in this round. Great no-scope. It's damage, sure, but it's 12 for Aurora.
Much better. Just the fact that you group together, you take the space in towards mid, you push them back, then you go in towards B. It just means the rotations are so far away. Beautiful opener. Got the double from Kixan. Cashid and Klax do their best. In fact, it is just Cashid that gets all the frags. And Aurora will take a pause. Because that damage is actually pretty subsequent. It's Mac 10s, Tech 9s. Not the prettiest.
But a great round, great explode on towards B after all the pressure in mid. Feels like every individual in K27, when they were trying to hold onto that bum site, had 2, 3 Aurora bodies to deal with. Just need a little bit more output from the hold. Man, Aurora do a good job of making K27 question where that was going.
They just had nades in their hand as well. Like, both B defenders were caught with nades out. Each gun out. Flashbang forward for Klax. Another one as well, but he gets half blinded by it. So can't re-pick back. We'll still block. Or at least think about it. Another flashbang forward just to delay Aurora. I think their mind has already been made up. 5 players are outside A.
Is the rotate going to come for Klax? He's got the smoke, so maybe waiting until he's forced to drop that before they send an extra body over to help him. There's that smoke. I think Kicksan just wants to go through. Oh, the flashbang! Klax gets absolutely blindsided, and now X5 can't do a thing. Kicksan's openers have been great, and the flashbang supreme. Nuke beckons. Twinkie desperately looking to find something back with Zito. 2 on 4. They step forward. Smoke lands in the face. Wicadia puts a bullet through one, and there we go. Kicksan completes his triple. And Aurora complete Anubis. We go to Nuke.
It's one of those things, actually, where I'm actually thinking about this more. And I'm like, look, you were 10-2 up. You should have closed the game very convincingly. You didn't. But at the end of the day, you did close. Maybe got a trick or two up their sleeves. I'm excited to see what we're going to get. I've really been enjoying just watching the player cams. It is such a nice experience that we get to see all these player cams just in an online tournament, because vibes are still very good for Aurora, despite mistakes creeping in. What's nice is I feel like they would have expected some of these mistakes to be creeping in. Jimfat has been brilliant. Kicksan's individual level, I've got to say, has also been tremendous, performing against this level of competition. Excited to see if that continues. As we begin our deciding map here, we come back to the battle here in Group A for the StarSeries qualifiers. Winner goes into the winners match. They'll play later today. Be one of Aurora and K27. Zantares has got his crosshair on a player's head. He just doesn't know it yet.
He's waiting for that door to swing open. Plenty of util here for K27. Waiting to see if this aggression comes through. Wicadia has cleared outside. So now the utility will be thrown in. Comes in from X5. Santares, Dulbred is in hand. Did a kill already next to his name. Looking for more, an attempt to go down the vent. Instead, Quinky now comes around and in fact greets him. Klax finally gets something back, but this is a lockout. Jimmy with 3. And Aurora with a very comfortable pistol.
Yeah, very solid, very straightforward for Aurora as well. Jimmy finding that triple goes into exactly what we've been speaking about all this series. Was so good on both anchors. Zantares just snaps Zito's head off. The Lurk not finding anything. Instant taps out of Jim Fat. Force spy in. 15-13. For HOTU as that map goes overtime again. Bonkers game on the B stream. That's how you describe it. Cortisol levels at an all-time high.
That could be a 2-0. Down the vent on the force spy, and they've managed to get down.
Jimmy's there.
With the C4, but Jimmy is there. And he's dropped the bomb. Jimmy delivering continuously. Quinky trying to best him. Actually hits the headshot. It's Jimmy with 2. 5 kills so far, right, for Jimmy. Ashley? Alright. Give him some chances with the clock. This is looking like a good start. Very similar to Anubis, the way that map started. K27 force in after losing the pistol. And they get shown the door. Triples in each round for Jimmy.
Can't believe he gets that final kill. On like 2 HP. Fair play, Jimmy. Responsiveness as well. Straight down the vent. He's immediately rotated. I love the fact the scout comes over too to plug the gap at ramp. So far, we've seen good rotates. No stress out of Aurora. That being the force buy in. Now on an eco. Thank you to Lorgar for providing the PCs here at StarSeries. Nice nade. And Jimmy wants even more. Need to stop challenging him. He's immortal.
Nice shot out of Zantares. As expected. And they should get follow through. No, Zito does dodge it. I dodged the flames though. Zantares gets quad kill. So far, just the, I think, 2 kills coming out for the T side across 3 rounds, but now they'll get the rifles.
Very comfortable so far. Walczak's now got his AWP. Cashard can't afford his due to the lack of bomb plants in any of these rounds for K27. Ooh. Shot whistles past the outside player. Zito will start sprinting. That'll be calmed by Zantares. And look at Wicadia. He's already reacting, but that is a sharp shot from Zito. Opening kill collected. Zantares is in with the trade. And if they go ramp, it means they're pressuring. Jim Fat again. I was going to say into the vent. Goes X5 and said it's going to be a boost up for Klax. Oh, who will be spotted and dealt with by Kixan. Finally a trade. Walczak got on the site, misses the shot. Quinky's found another. 2 versus 2. Bomb sites open. But Zantares and Jim Fat both come in from heaven. Swing out. It's not a kill collected. Finally will be traded out as Zantares, and the spray's beautiful. It gets dicey because of Quinky, but it's Zantares the steady hand to keep Aurora flawless.
A scary moment there when Walczak's back sighting gets removed. But Zantares wasn't ever in doubt. There were question marks for K27 as to where these CTs were rotating. That's why they were so split up. Zantares stays mobile. Xan, brilliant pick here. After he gets the boosted play, knows he can spam out below. So far, looking good for Aurora on the CT side. I have questions about their T side, as it has been the case so far. A bit of a good defense, it might not matter. Oh, that's unfortunate. Klax gets the opener and they can't find him. He's just playing around the smokes. He eventually gets caught, but in the distraction, the bomb goes down.
Best moment we've seen so far at K27. Actually having a bomb down on a site. X5 lurking all around, just trying to find these players. Zito on Silo does a lot of damage to Zantares. He's just wasting their time. He's also buying, I was going to say, movement for X5, but instead he falls to Zantares. Cashard and Zito are nowhere near. It's actually a 4v2 on site. Quinky with the UMP, able to find one. Time's just not there. They need to get on the bomb immediately and start that defuse. They'll give it a go, but Xantares gets knocked off. And Jimfat can't hold on. K27 out of nowhere win a round they desperately shouldn't have.
Yeah, Cashlet and Zeta were so far away that I thought that they were just going to lose the round from their position. Aurora make the right call of ignoring the player on top silo and then just charge on through. But this is a chaotic round, and that's why K27 catch Aurora off guard. Quinky doing the Lord's work here. You know, one kill makes all the difference. So first comes for K27 in an unconventional manner. Oxix AWP. This has not been a series for the AWPers, really.
Oh. See him? No. Yeah, you're right, actually. Like, Cashlid and Walczaki just haven't had that much impact whatsoever. It's more been impact. No? Okay.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Thanks.
I was just letting it sit, you know. Letting everyone enjoy it.
I really liked it. Break on the smoke. Walczaki. Oh, nearly. But not quite. Arcadia is down the vent, so he's ready for this.
Yeah, a lot of movement. A lot of movement. There's 4 players down here, essentially, but Xantares might move back to ramp. In fact, with this forward position of 2 players, that frees up Walczaki to take movement. But A is open right now. There's 3 players at ramp, 2 on B. Yeah, a little tap from X5, but he doesn't want to go here. He's coming back to group up. And that's the kill. That's the kill that opens up this round.
Up the vent, though. Maybe there could be something here. In fact, we'll find Quinky. And Wacadia's also found another. This is getting disastrous now. 20 seconds left.
It's A. It's going A.
Has to be.
This is so awkward.
Runs into
Wacadia,
Walczaki instead. Oh my goodness me. Who's going to get the kills? It's going to be Kixan. That was so confusing.
That was a mess. That was a mess. And it's made a mess because of that smoke in front of vent. They're able to walk up silently up the ladder. Wacadia pushes through. 2 of them just slide out. And K27, that kill on Xantares, you feel like that's the round winner, but it's the immediate response. Walking up the smoked off vent. And it's that smoke that's actually thrown right in that moment too that enables it. So Xantares, post-death, sets up his teammates. What a crazy round. But Aurora will take it.
He's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. Limited money now. For K27, they are being pushed aside yet again in another half a Counter-Strike by Aurora. They're able to rebound and rebuild a little bit on Mirage. On Anubis, they had to let the CT side do the talking. Run boost is cute. Zedo. Ooh, will take a lot of space and just owns Xantares. How many times has he killed Xantares? It is an awful lot. Have to go and look at the stats. Kixan then stands strong with a double kill. And whilst it is an opening for K27, it's surely going to be the round victory for Aurora. I need to go look at these stats.
Kixan's been having a great time. There's Walczaki with the final 2, 3 in it for Kixan. We're seeing his impact towards the end of Anubis. He's having a great start here on this A bomb site. Lovely opening pick. But it's the follow through that's lacking. Kixan just keeps him at bay and hut. Don't know if he saw anything there. Again.
Been humbled by the stats. I thought Zedo was killing Xantares a lot more than Xantares was killing Zedo, but they're actually dead even entering into this last map.
Flax has had an alright run against him.
Oh, he's really aggressive outside again, isn't he?
Testing his hand at it.
Do they expect him here? Again? Yes.
Same outcome. Zito bests him.
Walczak's now trapped, really, because he gets a kill, and then he gets swung on by the silo player. Zito will fall. Walczak's in a really tricky position, but that's why Wakadia then steps in to try and bail him out. Spray, nearly lines them up, but instead Quinky gets knocked down. It's Klaxon from door. It's a 2 versus 3, an open A bomb site, but Jimmy's pushing ramp.
He's going to be here so much quicker than they expect, but maybe if they just go down, that's the space. Yeah, loudly they drop. The rotation just won't be here in time. Jimmy needs to fall back and go reclaim ramp. The bomb gets planted. Klax goes in towards double. Walczak low, remember. Gets on everybody. Jimmy can't afford to play until his teammates start to make moves. So this push coming in from Secret, this is critical. Klax has a lot on his mind. He's actually going to get off the angle as they progress. Trusting in Cashlid. It's his chance, but now he can just play off it. Brilliant. In tandem, they swing. Jimmy, there's not really a way into this round. Holding on to the AK, the better result. In a second, will be brought through for K27.
It's just the openers outside, the push and pull of where Xantares has fallen. Actually, he doesn't even get to keep the AK. But Wakadia steps up from Secret to get Walczak as a bailout. That they have a really nice sequence where Quinky's swinging Garage and he just falls. And then they just reposition. They just say, all right, we're immediately going to go down in towards the vent. You can just deal with it. Got to get some gear as well. The ATK game has got you covered. If you watch the Star Series broadcast, you can win the game in mice.
And up for grabs as Walczak grabs himself an opening kill. Punishing Cashlid, who was holding for that move. A good start to the round. And a very important one for Aurora to take. So I like the decision to get active. Idiot catches the lurk and then Kixan uses that opportunity to play off. This one's felt pretty straightforward. Very simple. Oh, okay, maybe not. Quinky's found 2, and at the same time, X5 strikes outside. But here comes Jimmy. Surely mops him up, such low HP. It's onto X5, into the 1-on-2. And it's Walczak holding that progression. It gets scary for a moment.
Really important push from Jimfat into ramp, because that gives Walczak the space to go back out of hut and to hold Heaven. K27 have been pushing Heaven pretty consistently. Massive round. And a round that nearly was as well. Beautiful spray out of Quinky. X5 then makes his position known. And Jimfat had to push lobby to give Walczak that space. Beautiful crunch. Aurora survived the scare. Once again, K27 are asked to pull a round out. Otherwise, their economy is going to be flatlining. The CT side is going to be completely and utterly dominant.
Zito is a speed demon. Look how fast he is down B. They have not responded to this. It was like a minute 40 and he was basically in secret. I think he ever stopped moving. What do you do with this? Jimmy has moved down. I'm sure control was heard by Zito. And they're just going to go down the vent. So if Zito can find Jimfat, that's huge, but he doesn't. Jimfat bests him. 13 kills. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. And now Walczak, his chance. Jimfat a second. He is renewed in Aurora.
It's just sublime. I mean, X5 will get a kill late, but I mean, he's just going to drop into the vent and actually kill Xantares, but Jimmy hits the headshot back. 5 KD. Or Jimfat. And again, he needed that necessary kill. Ash immediately runs over to him to give him that high five, reinforce how good that movement was. Because this is now back-to-back rounds. You could argue that Jimfat has won single-handedly for Aurora just by his positioning alone.
sublime. Hero AK for X5. And maybe for K27, they're regretting the decision to try and punish Nuke. They could have had their comfort dust too. They're trying to punish Rampant, the second player here, and Jimmy. He doesn't even need the support. It's another triple kill. That is his 4th in this half.
Feels like we're seeing the same round over and over again, right? We're seeing Jimmy get a multi-kill and X5 kills Wicadia in main, and then he's last alive. I feel like it's on Groundhog Day or something, Lucy. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's one that Jimmy's happy to relive round after round. Punish. Which in fact runs away. And hello. Oh. Just AWP shot. There's nothing to be said here for X5. There it comes, the final frag. Lovely ramp hold. And a great bait for Jimmy.
Yeah, just keep setting them up. Because they'll just keep knocking them down. Useful spray. Ah, Jimmy. 9-2 for Aurora. Surely they can't squander this lead. The veto, you're banging on. What you're saying in the previous round, I'm just really puzzled why K27 don't pick to their comforts. It's almost like they pick Nuke to be that deliberate punish when Dust 2 was right there for the taking.
It could well be that with Clax in the team, they're now shifting their map pool a bit because he is quite good on the map, but obviously he still needs some work. And of course, Aurora is one of the tougher teams to be playing your first Nuke with Clax, even if you have been working on it. Tried this A-bomb side. Santara is in the rafters, and he's immediately dispatched of. So a good opening kill, no trade. There's the extremities that Aurora played at, and X5 looks to punish this.
Oh.
This one crossed through, but misses the fight onto Walczaki, then Kickstand gets one freely from heaven. It's player advantage for Aurora.
However, they still need to get into the site, and that's going to be tricky with Zido getting rid of Wicadia. Walczaki will find that trade. Kickstand should know that Zido is right below him. It's Jimfat on the lurk again. They've got time to do this because they've got kits. Cashin and Zido can feel the walls closing in. They need to hit the instant headshots. That's a good start, but Zido falls. They still don't know about Jimfat. It's Kickstand that hits the shot anyway. It's double digits for Aurora as they look dominant on this CT side of Nuke.
Terrorists win.
Amount on your screen, the star anchor certainly fulfilling that role right now. A dominant first half from Aurora, heralded forward by Jimfat. 4 triple kill rounds, always good for the multi. K27 just couldn't get anything done. This is great signs of things to come for Aurora.
just going to pop. Just going to try and run back what K27 wanted to do to them on the pistol round. Xantares in hut, a double up it in towards door. Flashbangs open, X5's dualies, not finding anything. Kicksands follow through flashbangs are immaculate for Aurora as they completely outpour on towards the A bomb site. Cashlid will finally get a kill, but it's too late. His entire team has fallen on this site. Aurora up to 11. All the confidence in the world.
That's a big statement from Kicksan to X5. That's how you execute onto this A bomb site. It's the exact same round. Every piece was the same. There's the molly in from door. There's the silo player throwing the utility. Every element of that was identical. But the outcome couldn't be different. And, well, that more or less is the nail in the coffin for K27 here on Nuke. They will force by, you imagine. For best them in that, they'll be sitting on 12.
Those follow-through flashbangs after the contact was taken. That was brilliant. Look at this. Again, just a lot of utility, but the 5-7s are holding. Xantares will eventually get a kill back. In comes the crunch towards lobby. Cashlid will pick up the AK and deal with Voxic. Kicksands really hoping he can hold on to this lobby pressure, and he's doing a really good job. And out of nothing, Aurora put themselves on series point.
It's essentially a 2v5, right? That's what that felt like. The utility eviscerated Aurora at entry. And the close range forced bought weapons do some serious damage. But Xantares, well, he is the wrecking ball in that bomb site. Kicksan holding on well as well to come through and deal with the lobby element, allowing Xantares to ply his trade. Series point and 10 chances now to close.
Looks like we've actually watched an evolution of this team in a best of three. Because you had a dominant start, followed up by K27 responding, Aurora not able to close. Then, on Anubis, you had a very dominant half, followed up by a little bit of struggle, but getting the job done. Here, now we've had even more dominance, followed up by probably the most comprehensive close we've seen here at the event so far. Aurora have been leveling up, all within one best of three.
You get you excited for what this team's going to look like as that evolution continues. And K27, this is not an easy team to beat.
No.
This is not some, rank 60 tier 3 team. This is a team on the cusp of breaking through into the very top. They've already attended tier 1 lands. Granted, that's a stunner and stake ranked.
They just made a grand final.
But they did make the grand final at the latter, and they made a decent result with some okay maps out of Starnet. The recovery comes through after all the damage inflicted. It's the kills that come in, but time, that's a problem here. Bomb denied. And K27 will hold on just about. Cashlid living, confirming the round.
Why did that take so long to get onto the bomb site there for Aurora? I mean, the entries look brilliant, but it's one MP9 running down Decon, just denying the bomb at its last dying seconds. That wins it. That extends play. But Aurora can just immediately repurchase. Cadia suffers, actually, because of that. Nikita Lorgar, as always, for providing the PCs of StarSeries. Yimfat trying to provide the kills and the close on Nuke. Xantares that creeps up and not cleared. All right, Zido's definitely had the best of Xantares. I think all of Zido's kills have been on Xantares.
Yeah, it actually does feel like that's the case. right, Cash said scout. A lot of work on his shoulders, and he's just gonna leave.
Yeah, fair. I don't blame him.
Wicadia, he just ran all the way into hell there. And he fell back. Making K27 sweat, even though they got the player advantage.
Kicksan's got to be so careful here. Oh, but that's a sharp shot. And he just says, see you later, X5. I'm going to be Quinky. This could be the power's position. Sits in the smoke and waits. And for Aurora, time starts again to be a little bit precious, but Quinky also feels that mana. He has to get info. And he gets the worst kind, an instant deletion of a headshot. Zido then steps in and gets traded by Wicadia. Up heaven they come. Straight into X5, and the headshot is immediate. More than enough time to get this bomb down now. Cashlid is being held for by Wicadia, who started with a Tech 9, ends with a triple, and Aurora are able to close.
Debut series here for new look Aurora, and it's a little bit of a tough start on Mirage, put through their paces, but the following two maps, dominant CT sides,